broken into pieces, broke into I pieces, am pieces, into broken, I am broken, I pieces,
I actually don't, I think I'm going the complete wrong way right now.
I pieces,
but I don't really care, so
broken, I pieces,
we're just gonna kind of keep going.
Pieces, broke into
Dang,
I pieces.
bro, I don't have a girlfriend, so I'm fair game.
No, I'm asking, like, I don't know. Do you actually think there's any problems with us?
I don't understand if you're being serious right
I'm
now.
being genuinely serious.
What would be the problem?
I don't know. I'm just asking you.
No, there's not a single issue. We're perfect, man.
We are perfect.
We've always been perfect, always will be.
I've always been perfect.
Yeah, we just don't have any issues.
We have little domestics, but that's like...
Yeah, but that's
everybody has those.
That's important for relationships.
Yeah.
You gotta have domestics. That's life.
Life is Roblox.
Life is Roblox.
I knew you were going to say that.
Life is Roblox.
Oh, this is Crash and Foster.
This what?
It's Crash and Foster.
Oh, nice.
It means it's going to be... I have a date, Jax.
A date with who?
A girl called Lonnie.
Okay, so I haven't talked to the camera in like a really long time. So we'll see how this goes. I want to make a video because I think I'm entering a really I'm trying to think how best to describe this point in my life, and I was thinking about it last night at like 3 in the morning when I couldn't go to sleep. Because that's always when my best ideas come around for some stupid reason. And I'm realizing a lot of things about myself. Things that, like, I should change. Or at least try to change. I've been really comfortable recently, like, really comfortable. And, in that comfort, I've realized that I've kind of been pushing into myself a lot. And existing just in myself, which is something I do when I'm like the most happy, which is weird. It seems contradictory to like what you would think the reaction would be, but we did an art piece in school where we had to make like take a box, and that box had to be a metaphor. And I made this idea where it was like, these pieces of the box are individual sides, like the facets of the box, and they're balanced perfectly together to form basically a prism. And on that box, like, is a bunch of writing and different things about who I am. And it made me think a lot about who I've been the last few weeks. Like I've been weirdly content within myself, but I've noticed that I'm pushing people away in like not a very good way. I'm spending a lot of time alone, which is fine. Like I'm totally fine, but like I'm choosing to spend time alone, and that is pushing people away a little bit. I feel sometimes like there's a little barrier between me. It's like soft and fuzzy. It's like people seem to like run into it and then like press into it and then they bounce back. And I feel kind of fuzzy right now. Like, that's a weird analogy. I think we do a weird analogy. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good. Like, genuinely, I feel happy right now, and I'm happy about that. But I think I need to make sure that I don't push others away to preserve my own happiness, and that I don't create such a sort of specific environment for my own happiness that any small change can completely disrupt that. And like any change being, anyone and anything, honestly. I went to bed last night at 5 in the morning because we had a bit of a time. We had an hour like time skip. Sorry, my brain's not functioning. I'm a little bit hungover, which is fine. And not that bad though compared to some of the other times in the past. So I'm happy about that. I have a bit of a headache, and that's basically it. I hung out with some people last night that I hadn't really hung out with before, which was really fun. Someone asked me how I was doing, and I said, I'm good. And then they responded with, why are you giving me such dry answers? And then I said, no, I'm really just feeling good. And I was drunk, but like, for some reason that's like something that stuck through. And it's, I don't know why I tell people that I'm just good all the time. Like people that I know well. Like these people I know, I'm close to them, and I still tell them that I'm good. Like I want to be happy and content in myself, and I do feel like I am. And there's been a lot of times in my life where I haven't felt that way. And I feel so good right now that I just don't want to mess it up. But I can't live my whole life trying not to mess something up. I can be as happy as I want in my head and as content as I want in my head, but someone asked me how I was doing. I'm a little bit hungover. I went to bed last night at 5 in the morning, and I said, I'm good. I have to stop telling people that I'm good, and then knowing that I don't feel that way. That I feel more than that, and I just don't want to say it. Because it's easier to just say I'm good. I don't want to be the guy that just says I'm good, and then people look at him and they're like, oh, he seems like he's doing well. Anyways, but otherwise, I have a lot of schoolwork due, so I'm gonna go in and work with some friends. We're trying to finish up a lot of the short films we've been working on, so.
Oh, wait. You ready? You recording?
Yeah.
How delicious is Bayon Barnes Sauvignon Blanc? Look.
Hey, so it's another night. I'm back in my room. I don't feel sad a lot of the times. I feel other things, like other negative emotions, but I don't ever really get sad. But for the last couple of days, I've honestly been feeling kind of sad. I think it's because I'm not sleeping correctly. And I feel lonely a little bit. I don't know. It's a bit of an alien emotion to me because it's interesting to feel. I've always been really good at like regulating my own emotions, which I'm grateful for, but now that I'm feeling these things, I don't know, I'm just not feeling good. I can't tell if it's real or if it's like, I don't think it's, I feel like I'm good at tricking myself into thinking things aren't true. And that comes in like a lot of different ways. I don't really know what to do. I'm probably just gonna let it go and just leave it like I usually do. Stuff like this usually goes away with time, so. And I'm sure in the next few days it'll go away and I'll start feeling really good, so. There's still one positive about being down. This is always another up. But I really don't want to feel like this for that long. I'm thinking about the past a lot recently, like the last few days. Like how I wanted to be back to who I was last year. And be in those scenarios again. It's really comforting to like dwell in the past. Because it never changes. I don't like the feeling of not being content with who I am right now. That's scary. It feels unstable. I always just lived my life. And a few years ago, I didn't feel very good. And now I'm out of that. And anything was easy compared to that. So, what's there to complain about? Like, I could walk around normally. That didn't used to be something I could do, which sounds fucking stupid. But I think I got really, really, really good at just, like, really appreciating everything. Just the little things of it, just being able to, and I think that's starting to slip now because it's been so long. And I think that's why I'm falling back into these old habits. Not feeling as good as I usually do. I don't know if I talked about it last time, but I feel like a little bit off recently. Like kind of, I can feel it getting better, which is good. I think I keep my emotions in like this compressed band, where like there's no high end. Well, there's a bit more high end, and there's very little low end. And I think what's happening is that it's expanding, but then because it's expanding, the range is also going towards the sad and towards the happy. Because I think we exist, like, in my opinion, I think we exist in both ways. You know, it's like my dad always talks about yin and yang, like in balance, darkness and light and all that. And I think as it expands and gets bigger, there's going to be, you know, lower lows and higher highs, but I want to make it so that there's no compressor on my life. There's no compressor on how I feel. Because I don't want to live like that. So I'm going to change that. And I'm going to try my best to change that. But I think it's going to be hard for a little while because that's just how it goes. Which is good. I think I always go through these periods where I start thinking about something. And when I think about something, it feels as though it like reanimates itself and becomes alive. And when that thing becomes alive, it shows its head in front of me, you know, and then that's when it kind of messes with me a bit. Like, for example, if I think about how I'm feeling off, it seems to, like, manifest in a larger way whenever I think about it. And if I just push it under, it doesn't ever come out. But like I said with the band, it's like, I have to make that wider so that I'm feeling a range of emotions rather than feeling a compressed sort of little smaller section of myself, because I want to be my entire self, not just a small portion of me. And yeah, maybe it's comfortable to be in this band, but I think everything else lies on the outside of that band. Yeah, it's really late, so I do probably have to go to bed. Whenever I feel off, there's always an up. There's always an up. There's always an up. And that's, I think, I stared at the mirror for a while. Like, I looked at myself for like 3 minutes. And it was weird. It was like I separated from myself. I don't know if you can see me. Oh, you can kind of. I'm walking back from a party. I just went with like some of my roommates' friends were hosting, so we just kind of like hung out there for a while. It was honestly really fun. I hung out with some people that like I'd literally never met before, or at least I'd seen around, and then it was a really cool experience though to like spend time with people I just didn't know and like I had to chat with this one guy, super cool guy, like just
really sweet dude, and like, I think I need to do that more often. I'm noticing, like, just sort of. But yeah, this weekend's gonna be pretty crazy. I had a party today, and then we have a 21st tomorrow night, and another party, and then probably gonna. I didn't really. I drank a little bit tonight, but like not really that much. I'm gonna go a bit harder tomorrow night. It's not really hard, is it? I love walking at night because everything is completely quiet. Like if I stop moving, I can hear like only the sound of a car and nothing else, and it's just me out here. Like there's no one else on the streets. I can feel myself kind of coming out of the sort of the darker period, which is really nice. And I can feel like kind of I've definitely learned that life is just up and down. You know, it's just like ebbs and flows, different. It's never, you know, it's never constant. It's never stuck in the same place. That's both, you know, really beautiful and also really hard sometimes. Because obviously things just don't stay the way they should, and that's really hard sometimes. Like, I think as humans we have this like need to want to hold on to things, and the need to want to keep things the same. Like if something works or like something tastes good or something feels good, like we want it to stay that way because it's just how we're wired. But the very nature of how we live is time passes and things change, and so it goes against like I guess what we want to happen. Like that feeling you feel will ultimately pass, no matter what feeling it is. I think one of the biggest things I've learned this year is to listen to how I'm feeling. And to just take each day as it comes. I think whenever I start to think about the future, everything feels uncontrollable. And it feels like things are spreading out for me, things that I can't control. And so the way to fix that is to just focus fully on just the now. Because yes, that feeling will pass, as it always will. That feeling will never stay the same, right? That thing you loved, that thing you cared about, it'll disappear. I mean, you'll have a memory of it, and you'll remember it for what it was, but it'll be gone. And I think learning to just feel each thing as it comes, feel each emotion, each, you know, good or bad, and just feel everything as it comes, and you hold on to the feeling you have in that moment, and then you let it go. And being able to let things go is the hardest thing. I'm really bad at it. Like, I'm genuinely not good at letting things go. Moments before we're feeling feelings, or days before we're feeling feelings, and that's how we get trapped in it. Like, we just think everything is so unreal. That's completely untrue. You feel everything. I think at least over and over and over and over again. And it feels every single time. And that's what makes us.